What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant back again. Before we get started, man, if y'all don't mind, please like this video, comment on in this video, share this video, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. A little bit of help goes a long way, and I just can't say thank y'all enough. But yeah, before we get started, please, if you don't mind doing those little things, I greatly appreciate it. Let's get to the work because Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I don't think it's any secret any longer that these gentlemen are very high on my list. I got high expectations for them. I've been talking about these two dudes for years, year in and year out. Just really having an expectation for them to get the job done. This video is kind of more so a letter to them, if you will, that if they don't get the job done, man, I'm going to be very, 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 very disappointed in these guys for multiple reasons. We got to put it out there. You know, Jayson Tatum of the American stars is probably the best we got right now. You know, he's probably the highest touted, considering that Ja Morant got into his trouble, and also considering that Anthony Edwards hasn't of yet come of age. I think we could all respectfully agree after the Western Conference Finals that Anthony Edwards has another year or two before he really gets to where everybody's been really kind of expecting him to be right now. But if there was any other person eligible to be the top quote-unquote American star because of resume and, you know, this, that, and the third, it would be Jayson Tatum. The only thing Jayson Tatum doesn't have, including the MVP, give or take, but is an NBA championship. I think if he gets a championship, that automatically propels him in the same conversations as some of these other guys. I think that Jayson Tatum is certainly another video. But anyway, I think Jayson Tatum is just as good as a lot of these other guys. Now, I know there's criticism out there because his game does tend to come and go. And I think that's the luxury of him having Jaylen Brown and, of course, you know, over the years, a wealth of talent. You know, even if you want to consider a guy like Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford, these guys can get their buckets as well. So Jayson Tatum hasn't always had to be let's say it like this: he hasn't always had to play hero ball that we've seen from Luka and Kyrie in the past. But at the same time, in my regard, as far as me evaluating Jayson Tatum's talent, he checks off on all the boards. Yes, I do think he takes too many threes, but other than that, he checks all of the boxes as far as what I would ask for in a superstar. He plays defense. He is a formidable offensive threat, and he can score at all three levels. Seems to be a great teammate. You know, haven't heard much drama or anything like that from him. So it's just like everything on the board. I would love to anoint Jayson Tatum as the top American star. It's just from time to time. Well, I'll say it like this. Not from time to time. It's just that of every NBA star in the league, and even if you want to say American star and foreign stars, none of these superstars have had a team quite built around them like Jayson Tatum. You know, the Boston Celtics have essentially been a championship contender. Not even just we didn't expect them to make the playoffs. We've been expecting them to win a championship for a couple of years now. And sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm uploading the video and editing the video while making the video. But at the same time, lost a little track of my thought. Put this away. Basically, what I'm saying is that I'm expecting Jayson Tatum to be a number one option. I'm expecting him to have some big games, average 30 to 33, 34 points a game. I'm expecting Jayson Tatum to essentially be what Luka Doncic was last round against the Timberwolves. I'm expecting those kind of performances from Jayson Tatum. Big game winner. Uh, Not necessarily talking crazy to the crowd. I mean, that's Luka's thing, but just as far as those moments, Luka definitely had his moments in the Western Conference Finals. As far as on the other side, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has really shown me a lot. This playoff round, this playoff run, really taking a step forward. Now, here's the thing: everybody's been kind of talking about the Boston Celtics having an easier path to the NBA Finals, quote unquote. My thing is this: you got to play the guy that's in front of you. If you've played sports, you know the injuries are a part of it. I've been a part of teams that've had injuries, and I've been injured myself. So if you got a guy that can't go, he can't go. It's next man up. That's just a part of sports culture. But at the end of the day, the Boston Celtics could have folded. I felt like they were superior to the Miami Heat last season. Yeah, in all respects, outside of superstar, Super Saiyan Jimmy Butler, um, there's no reason. And when we're talking about Jayson Tatum, he should have nullified all of Jimmy Butler's production, respectfully. So um, they lost to a team they were supposed to beat last season. And here they are, beating every team they're supposed to beat, and they're in the position that they want to be at this time in the NBA season. Jaylen Brown, like I said, has been a big part of that. As Jayson Tatum his game has come and go a bit this playoff run, but Jaylen Brown has been consistent, been a steady hand for him, especially since Porzingis has went down. Um, give or take, give or take. I've been impressed with Jaylen Brown. I think that he's finally got a flower. I wouldn't say he's gotten his flowers, quote unquote, but he's gotten a flower with that Eastern Conference MVP. So, um, I think that Jaylen Brown is going to be there, win or lose. I think Jaylen Brown is going to be there, and it's going to be more incumbent on Jayson Tatum, man. Of course, other moving pieces, but this particular video, I'm gonna dedicate it to the cornerstones of this team, the guys that's been there, that's been through the fire together, and there's nothing else left for these two, excuse me, to accomplish outside of an NBA championship. Um, Now, if they don't get the job done, I'm fully expecting, and I've said this multiple times before, I'm fully expecting the Boston Celtics to break them up. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna. I don't know exactly how that's gonna look. Who would go and who would stay? I would assume Jaylen Brown would be the more expendable guy, but at the end of the day, if they don't get the job done, I mean, even if they do get the job done, you're talking about Jayson Tatum about to be in line for his Supermax deal. Already got Jaylen Brown on the Supermax deal, so they might have to move one of these dudes anyway. But at the end of the day, if they don't get the championship, then I feel like, yes, the era is over. If you don't get it now, when will you get it? Because, you got Anthony Edwards on his come up. You got John Moran on his come up. You got more threats, I'm sure, developing guys. Victor Wembanyama, on his come up. I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys that was bounced out of the playoffs a little early, like the Miami Heat, maybe retool things. I'm expecting the Denver Nuggets to retool things. So it's just a lot of moving pieces. If the Boston Celtics, they don't get the job done. Excuse me, if Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown don't get the job done, I just don't see on the calendar, in the near future, how they would be able to get the job done. Anything can happen, but at the end of the day, I think that no time is better than now for this duo to get themselves a championship. Um, and that's pretty much it, man. I wanted to just kind of highlight, kind of in segments, different aspects of this championship I'm looking at. Maybe I should speak on the defense I'm expecting from these two as well, as we know that Luka and Kyrie have had legendary performances closing out the Western Conference Finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves, with both of them scoring 36 points, 72 points of their a total 124. Kyrie and Luka were able to get. Will Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown be able to nullify? I don't see why not. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown right now, I think they're averaging 50 or like 51 points as a duo right now. So those two are capable of running the scoreboard up as well as having a better. Um, I would say that the Boston Celtics have a better supporting crew around Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Better perimeter shooting. Boston shoots about 40. Well, no, I ain't gonna say they shoot. They try to get up 43s a game, and their goal is to hit 14 of them. So, and you got all kind of weapons on the perimeter, including Kristaps Porzingis, who's a big man who shoots threes. Excuse me. And so, um, can Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown? I think they'll be able to definitely outscore. No, excuse me, keep up with the scoring output of Kyrie and Luka. But I said yesterday that the difference between the Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals is that the Dallas Mavericks are about to go from um, one elite two-way player to two elite two-way players. And we all seen that the Minnesota Timberwolves were able to bother the Dallas Mavericks in spurts. Not so much in the closing game, and they got punched in the mouth. As far as the Timberwolves, the young Timberwolves got punched in the mouth a few times. But they were able to get a game, and they were able to annoy the Dallas Mavericks in spurts, especially, Anthony Edwards a little bit more so. But you go from one elite guy two-way, excuse me, you go from one elite two-way player to two elite two-way players. It's going to definitely pose some issues. Who's going to guard those guys? And Kyrie and Luka are definitely not going to be able to just sit around as Drew Holiday and Derek White definitely get active. Jaylen Brown has been stepping up into the assist department, Jaylen Brown, excuse me, Jayson Tatum, he plays a good facilitator when he in spurts as well. So I think that between the guard play, Luka and Kyrie won't be able to just stand around as much and watch. And that's going to be primarily because Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, whether they're attacking the rim or setting up for, one of those guys to shoot a three or something like that. I can definitely see these two outperforming the two, the primary weapons for the Dallas Mavericks and Luka and Kyrie. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell on this video. I thank y'all for the love and support. It is Tony the Savant. Peace.